With over 1 billion people expected to enter the crypto market by 2030, one of the biggest problems holding back mass adoption outside of regulations is interoperability, being able to work across different blockchains. And over the past few months, I've been spending hundreds of hours researching different crypto projects that address this very issue. But the problem is, there's not many out there. There's some that focus on cross-chain swapping and bridges, but not solely focused on interoperability. So today's video, I want to talk about a project that really goes under the radar, but it is quite large in terms of market cap. It's called Axelar. Its symbol is AXL, and they recently reached out to me asking me to talk about their project, do a little bit of a deep dive into it. So thank you to Axelar, and I want to share with you some specific details about it. If you look at it in terms of market cap, it is ranked number 158 out of all cryptocurrencies, so it's by no means a small project, but I don't see enough people talking about this project and its huge potential. So I did recently invest in this project. It's available on most of the top exchanges. You could see from Kraken to Coinbase to KuCoin, PancakeSwap, HTX, Bybit, Gate.io. The list goes on, and you can see all the different places it's available, but it is available on many of the top exchanges. So the reason why I did recently buy Axelar is because Axelar ultimately is the top cross-chain and interoperability crypto that I have seen out there. It delivers secure cross-chain communication for Web3, and their infrastructure enables decentralized application users to interact with any asset or application on any chain with one click. So think about it this way. It doesn't matter which project succeeds long-term. It doesn't matter which blockchain ultimately succeeds, because Axelar benefits no matter which blockchain succeeds. It doesn't matter if it's Ethereum or Solana or Cardano. It doesn't matter, because Axelar ultimately connects all these different blockchains, connects different layer 2 and layer 3 projects, and it benefits just as the whole entire crypto ecosystem grows. You can see that they have partners ranging from Circle to Ledger to many of the top firms out there. You could also see that they've worked on 45 plus different blockchains. Have seen over $2 billion in transactions and over 70 different validators. So you can see all the information about their website, but more importantly is that the main reason I invest in this project is because it does not matter which crypto succeeds long term. It doesn't matter if a developer chooses to build on Ethereum or on Solana or on Cardano. Ultimately, Axelar makes the entire crypto space much more simple by connecting all of these different projects and all the different blockchains. We're looking at a few major announcements that have come out for Axelar recently, the first of which has to do with their tokenomics. You can see that they posted about this at the end of September, where they said the momentum behind layer 2 scaling solutions for Web3 is about to enter a Cambrian phase as the number of and diversity of blockchains building atop Ethereum explodes into a newly fragmented and complex ecosystem. You can see all this information on their website, but you can also go ahead and check out their AMA with their team, which is taking place on October 18th. It's going to be a live AMA where they're going to talk about tokenomics, the requirements to ensure Ethereum level interoperability, and just the project in general. So you can definitely check that out and talk with the team if you want to, but also you can check it out on their website, read up all the information about these announcements. You can see, according to their very specific announcement, you could see it says adjusting Axelar network incentives. And there are a few things that stand out. In terms of short term, it says incentivizing decentralized security by adapting network inflation parameters and implementing a gas burning mechanism. This is ultimately very important in my opinion, because ultimately it is making the entire blockchain deflationary, and everyone likes it when a blockchain is deflationary. So with this new proposal, it introduces a deflationary mechanism, burning transaction fees instead of them being distributed to validators and stakers. So ultimately, this burning mechanism helps to make the tokens more scarce and ultimately more valuable long term. Other thing it does is when you scroll down a little bit further, you can see it talks about medium term, transitioning to Axelar virtual machine connections. And with this, it says multiple validation methods and customization features will be supported, and the key features include permissionless network connection setup, customizable connections for applications, specific preferences, and no added inflation for new connections. Ultimately, what this does is this continues to to make it much more simple for the entire blockchain to work long term. It helps making it very simple for projects to connect long term. And then the third thing is really just using long term. It says use of light clients. Again, this is another thing that ultimately helps to blend connections across different blockchains long term. So ultimately, all of these different features, well, most importantly to me is the deflationary one, but all of these different things help to stabilize staking rewards for validators and stakers. It allows for dozens of different EVM connections long term, and ultimately just helps the blockchain continue to grow and have more connections long term. We're looking at the second major announcement that has to do with Lido and Axelar. They posted about this on their Twitter recently as well. As you can see, they said Lido Finance is the leading liquid staking provider with $13 billion plus in liquid staked ETH. It's taking the leading Web3 asset on to other chains in the Ethereum ecosystem, bridging it to EVM L2s. Now ST ETH is using Axelar to go beyond. And ultimately, with this announcement, the main thing is that Lido is launching ST ETH into the Cosmos ecosystem, and this is something where Neutron and Axelar have been selected by Lido to make this cross-chain connection possible. And if you look at the official announcement, they talk about Lido on Cosmos and how this is only possible because of Axelar. You can see they have this whole entire summary where they talk about the importance of this and how, all the specific details if you want to go in a little bit further. But more importantly to me is this major partnership and connection, because it just shows that Axelar is working with the top names in the crypto space, doing things that are very important and useful and benefiting the entire crypto ecosystem already, even though a lot of people don't talk about it. So I don't like to get too caught up in the specific details, because that gets boring for a lot of you guys and you tell me not to, but it is something that is very important, and I just want to highlight again in this video. And the third major announcement that has come out recently has to do with something called DYDX. So decentralized finance derivatives platform, marketplace, DYDX, has implemented a solution built on cross-chain infrastructure provided by Axelar to support a single-click onboarding and offboarding to DYDX v4. The importance of this is that ultimately now, with the implementation, it will utilize Squid Router, a one-click cross-chain transaction builder that supports cross-chain swaps in under 20 seconds. It's built on Axelar's decentralized interoperability infrastructure, and ultimately this is something that is a game changer and is pioneering the next generation of blockchain systems in the future. So this is something that is really, really important, because ultimately with this DYDX announcement, it is something that is going to just ultimately make everything a lot more simple and a lot easier for crypto in general. So you can see more details on that announcement as well. They talk a little bit more about their Twitter, but again, this one-click, single-click onboarding and offboarding approach is crucial in my opinion. So when you're just looking at this overall project in general, it's available on many of the top exchanges, like I said. The thing is that I don't see many people talk about AXL, Axelar's native ecosystem token, even though it is ranked in the top 160 in terms of market cap. So something to definitely keep on your radar and look at if you haven't already heard about Axelar, but it is a project that I did recently add to my portfolio, and I think it's worth checking out for you guys as well.